If you are writing things down somewhere every day, you don't remember what you write, right? Listen up. In broken pieces of my trust, I found healing. In faith, I found reason. In you, I found her, my inner child bleeding. And in myself, I found freedom. Freedom, freedom. That everybody who leaves your life and everybody new that comes into your life, if you can kind of see it from the perspective like an observer just a little bit, you like realize, okay, this actually makes sense that this person just came into my life, or this person just left, due to their actions, our interactions, whatever. It makes so much sense. And it's a bit hard to admit to ourselves, especially if we've been surrounded by people who have not been treating us right. Because that would mean that we have to admit that we also got to change ourselves, right? And yeah, like that's usually true. I mean, the reason that there's somebody that you let them cross your boundaries, they are probably there to teach you that you got to have those boundaries like set in place, because if you don't, it's just going to repeat itself. Like, one of the realest things is really like, if somebody leaves your life and you get to know someone who's exactly like that person, I guess you haven't learned the lesson yet, because they are really there to teach you a lesson, and you are also there because you kind of can teach them a lesson in that sense, right? And I've been recently just kind of observing a little bit more, because I never used to. I just used to be, like inside my body, living this life, whatever, and being like really upset about the people that come my way that always mess it up with me, that, all the stuff that happens. We don't need to get into that. But it's gotten really dark to a really, really bad point in my life. And then I was like, okay, I need to get better, right? And then now I'm like at this point where I'm like, whoa, wait. Suddenly, there's different people in my life. Like, I'm realizing, whoa, this is not how it used to be. Like, I might have needed somebody like this 10 years ago, but there was no one like that. No. And this is just the most true thing. And it's so beautiful if you actually, are so willing to heal and grow, then you're not going to be scared to notice that you got to work on yourself, and you have worked on yourself, and suddenly the people around you change. Like, the universe really gives you what you are. So you have healed and grown, and suddenly the people around you will reflect that back to you. And that's one of the most beautiful things you can realize, because it's like, no matter where you at, I mean, there's no destination, right? You just keep going. But you have grown. Like, you've outgrown those toxic people of your past in a way. And dude, I wish them the best, and they can grow too, but you never know, and you cannot take anybody with you who's not willing to do the work. So it's like, that's just the most beautiful thing, honestly. Just seeing that there's suddenly some people around you who match your vibe in that sense, that you might have been looking for years ago, that were not there, that you could have needed back then, but maybe that's not what you actually needed, because you weren't even ready. Maybe you really had to learn a lesson. Like, I'm truly like, as hard as it sounds, I needed the darkest times in my life to kind of grow to the version that I am right now. Because I don't know, like, I was lost and I just needed the lesson, I guess. And I'm not saying we deserve it. We don't deserve that stuff. But you don't know how you grow up. The people you grow up around, it's like it all happens without us noticing. And then we become this person that just really needs some work, some inner work to do to become a better version, to not do it like, the people you grew up around with, or just things that are basically destroying yourself, right? Because if you're this person and you have reactions and you like always have these mood swings and stuff like that, just is not good for you. In the end, it's only toxic for yourself. So if you like talk bad, like if you talk down on yourself, if you have things that you absolutely feel bad about, all these things are just is so hard to overcome, but like, yeah, it's really like you can outgrow that. And once you just, start healing a little bit, because you're so focused on that, like you actually locked in with your new life and you don't want to stay where you once was, you realize it's possible. And I think this little spark of realizing it's possible, maybe nothing has changed yet. You're still the same spot, the same people around you. You could now reach for your phone and call every toxic person you ever was with. But honestly, you have seen that spark that is possible. Like you have realized, damn, there's other people coming into my life that are just like what I've always like. No, like that's actually more pointing towards the destination where you're going. So now I guess you're gonna keep going that way. Like you're gonna keep going that way because that's just so beautiful. And I've been like lately in this spot where I'm like, okay, wait, I met a couple people in the past months where I was like, okay, this wasn't happening before. I might have asked God for this, but like still like, whoa, now? Like what? It never happens like that. It's just it just happens like that. So, but it's not like you ask for something, it's gonna knock at your door the next day. It's like wild. Anyway. So just some words of encouragement. If you keep growing, you keep doing your thing. You just always, try to be a better person in that sense. It's going to reflect, like your world, your outside world is going to show up like that. So there's going to be new people coming into your life. And usually the universe isolates you before it elevates you. So you just got to be patient, and it's so hard. Like you never know how long this phase of isolation takes. It's like seasons and seasons of seasons, and you're like, whoa, well, nothing is changing. Yeah, well, but that's not true. You have changed because you're actually doing the work, and I'm so proud of you. Like if you choose yourself every single day, there's nothing more beautiful than that, because you can never go back from that point on. So it's like that, okay? So that's all I wanted to say. No matter where you're at, it's really a beautiful path. And yeah, there's many days where you're gonna be like upset and crying and think about whatever, but always remember that you will get all that back. All the work that you're doing on yourself, you will get that back. Those right, like the people that are right will be in your life, okay? Because there is just no other way. That's law. That's quantum physics. That's it, okay? All right. I hope you do your thing. Don't let nobody tell you what you can or can't do. Take that pen and write your story, and I'm uploading on here every day, so take care. My name is Jaina, and I make music. I write a lot. I consider myself, first and foremost, a writer. I want to do short film, but it's going to take a bit because I've only had this camera for a month, and I'm new to color grading and all of that. But we got to love the process, all right? Take care.